Her laying there, and she was all cold and about froze to death. They had her in the hospital, and she broke her hip. So we might give her a little prayer too. Okay. And then I want to thank your two boys. I hope I get through this. But all the times they packed me over to the manor at night, they never left me standing there. They waited till I got a hold of the door. And a lot of times waited till I got inside. And I really appreciate that. Because these people just dropped her off and left her lay there. They didn't know that she fell or anything, and we don't know how long she laid there. But I was just, thank you boys for helping me and doing that for me. I just want to thank you right now in front of God and everybody. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anything that they want to share with our Shannon?
No, because Grandma Marcia comes here when her and Alan are in town, I just wanted to let people know that as I was cleaning and I was cooking stuff yesterday, and I kept thinking about her, and her birthday was Friday. Her birthday was Friday, and I was trying just to be busy yesterday, and I didn't have time. You know, I can think about things, but I didn't necessarily want to do anything. And I just kept thinking about her more and more and more. And finally, I just called her, and she is having a rough time. Alan is not home with his job, and his job is going really poorly. I think that he's not being treated well at all by the leadership in the company. So that's tearing at her. But also, when we were gone on Lee's surprise birthday trip, she came and stayed. And she shared with me right before we left that she'd been praying for weeks and weeks and weeks that she would have an opportunity to help the boys draw closer to the Lord and just be a good example. And she was so excited. And they didn't have a great week together. And that really, really was bothering her. And she wasn't able to let go of that. And I think I sensed that in a way. And the boys have been working on letters and different things, and we've been talking a lot as a family about how our actions affect other people. But I called her yesterday, and I said, I think that, your time is coming for your prayer to be answered, because you have some letters coming in the mail from these boys, and they're special, and I think it's going to open the door for you, and that your timing on speaking to the boys and showing your character as a grandma wasn't what God had in mind. It wasn't to happen that week when she was here holding down the fort and working and stepping in and being mom and dad, and it was stressful for her. And she needed that encouragement. She thanked me. She cried a lot, and we don't see that from Grandma Marcia, like, ever. And so I think it's important. People can pray for her, and just a reminder that God's timing is perfect. We just don't always know that when it happens. And I even shared a little bit about, she said that she received a text message from you, Taylor, when she was, and I shared a little bit about some things that your mom had shared with me about that week, and some talks you guys have had about your grandparents and that kind of thing. And Grandma Marcia said, that explains it. I received this random text from Taylor, just a friend of the family, and she asked if it would be okay if she wrote you a letter. And I said, actually, I told your mom that she should have Taylor, that you should write Grandma Marcia a letter too. And so I'm just really excited, and I just encouraged Marcia, and she thanked me for that, and I told her she's important to a lot of people's lives. And when she is feeling down, she needs to let us know, because we can pray for her too. So.
Any others? Always, we want to hear from your heart, because it encourages all of us. And I'm telling you, somebody in Hong Kong might want to hear what you have to say here. You might be encouraging somebody over there. Anybody else? Yeah, Raquel, go ahead. You can take here or there, whatever spot you want to go.
I'll go over there where everybody else is.
Okay.
Hey, so I'm new, and most of you guys do not know me. I do see some familiar faces. And I've never done a testimony or thing before, but I would like to. So God has always been in my life. As a kid, I went to Catholic church. Didn't really know much anything. Went to a few churches. Went to an Awanas with my neighbor friend, not with my family. But I never really understood God until I became an adult. And I read the Bible and I read the stories and I matched up everything. And he works through people. He really does. And in my life, and my mother, as I was growing up, she got into some bad stuff every time she was young. She had me when she was 17. But then she got into drugs and meth. And then I was around 9 when she kind of gave me up and gave to my father. But she's always been in my life, and I've always called her on the phone and kept her in my heart and everything. And I'm probably the one in my family that communicates with her a lot. Now she lives in California. We got the news that she was pregnant, and she was still kind of doing the bad stuff. And that kind of worried me, worried the whole family a lot. I mean, that's going to be my sister. Well, I lost communication, but I still did, maybe once a month and stuff like that. And I kept talking. And my little sister was born in May, and I decided to go take a trip out there to go see the family, see how she's doing, see how everybody's doing. I was also worried, and secretly, I really wanted to go see how she's doing, and if something needs to be done, I want to go out there and, help. I don't know how, but I wanted to go see it. When I went out there, and I actually got to talk to my grandma, my grandparents, my cousins, and that half of the family, it was amazing. Because when I got there, I heard that my mom was actually clean the whole pregnancy. The baby was clean. She was healthy. She had a little bit of problems in the beginning, but that wasn't because of her. It was the doctor pulled out preemie and wasn't supposed to. But my mom was clean, and it was a life-changing thing. She changed her life, and all the family was there to support her. My grandma would babysit. My aunts would come in and babysit. It was teamwork, and it was beautiful. And I felt like I waited a long time. But God works through people, and that's my testimony, is that, it took a long time for a lot of people in the Bible to wait to see how God, works. And my family that I felt was broken down there is not no more. And I'm glad that I still was able to. I'm still talking with them, and I'm really close with them. And, because now my sister is 3 and we're 25 years apart. And it's amazing because now we're that's my testimony. But, yeah.
Any other testimonies? Lee's coming up. Jeff's coming up too. Go ahead. That's all right. The Lord's working on hearts, and that's what we want. Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything today. That's a good testimony. Thank you. I didn't want to go with my brother to Texas because I didn't want to fly home by myself. Everything I've ever done, I got married a week out of high school. So I've always had somebody take care of me. And those of you who know Tina, I've never had to worry. I act like I'm the one that makes all the decisions, and she allows me that privilege. But I was really dreading getting a ticket, trying to get my bags, all that kind of stuff that she always takes care of me for. But your testimony challenged me that, when the Lord speaks to your heart, follow it. I mean, he doesn't always say, hey, Jeff. He just puts a desire in there to be someplace, didn't he? Go to California. Go see my little sister. See if my mother's clean. I was in the airport and reading my Kindle and trying to figure out 3 hours worth in Denver. And here came a wheelchair with a little lady in it. And the sky cap lady pulled her up there right beside me, and she said, the little old lady says, can I stay in the chair? And the sky cap lady says, no, I have to go get someone else. And I saw her downcast spirit, and it matched mine. I mean, she's all alone. She can't walk very well. At least I can walk. Lord, help me get up a little bit. And so the lady helped her over to sit right beside me. So, oh no. Now the Lord wants me to speak to this little lady. So I did, and I asked her, I said, it looks like you don't like this any better than I do. She says, no, I'm dreading this. I just lost my husband, and I'm taking his ashes to Rapid City to sprinkle them out. And she said, this is a pretty tough trip for me. And I said, well, do you know where your gate is and what you're doing? Can I help you with your ticket? And so she showed me, and I got up and went to the register and told them, listen, this lady needs help. She needs SkyCap to take her to the next gate. She needs some reassurance. And so even the SkyCap lady came down and said, thank you for helping her. Evidently, I don't know how they could have taken her and had her fall through that, but God is big. He's looking after all of us. Everybody. You, your family, my neighbors whom I don't know very well, and I'm ashamed. When there's a problem with the irrigation, he's the man. We go chew on him instead of love him. But anyway, thank you for the time. And he really does care. And we have a purpose, all of us.
Well, I'm actually glad that Jeff got to go before me, because a little bit of what he said plays into what I have to say, and that is, Tina allows him to make the decisions. And I've seen that growth in our marriage. Those of you that know Shannon, you know that was not always her natural character. She's very much a take charge, let's get it done. I'm a little more quiet, reserved, sit back. We went through the marriage classes. We heard how we're supposed to work. We haven't for a long time. We are now, and I just want to say that I appreciate so much how she's grown. This last weekend, she went to look at a horse that, for a lot of personal reasons, I didn't want it. It had nothing to do with the horse or her or anything else. She came back and she was excited. There were some things that worked against her, with her sister putting stuff out on Facebook that she was going to buy the horse before she even asked me, and that hurt me. But she was just quiet, and she allowed me the time to come to a point where I could make the decision. And I just wanted to say that I really respect that.
It's
It's not her nature. That's God working in her. So,
Praise the Lord. We better go to our next song, I'm thinking. And let me don't cut off. Is there anybody else that has anything? I don't want to cut that. Anybody else that wants to share anything? Tom, you come. I didn't want to cut that. When we're done with the testimony, I'm Brother Kurt. I just need to spend a little time for a minute.
First thing I wanted to say was good morning, Hong Kong, and God bless you. So, I've asked Kevin. A lot of you may know that I end up having leukemia, and I've gone through this thing. Why me? Why me? Why am I? Why do I have this? And I've asked Kevin a lot of times. I said, I wonder why I have this, and this weekend I kind of figured out why I have it because. God spreads word through different people, prayers through different people, and I was able to travel to Denver to get my test for my transplant. And what's sad is I see these little kids there that have cancer like me. It's not just old people. It's little children too that have bald heads, and I was able to pray for them, with the gift of prayer that they gave me. And my faith isn't strong enough yet to where I can feel like I can walk up and tell them about God and talk to them. So I have the gift of prayer, which is strong, so I've been praying for them. And I like for everyone to pray for the children that have the cancer. It's not just old people, or middle-aged people. It's babies, children, everybody. So.
Anybody else? A good word for the Lord.